Thank you, Last God, for those 500 bits. The land bounce creature? No, we're not going to do that. We all agreed that we don't want the bounce. We're going to try Goblin Guide this time. Was listening to the end of the episode in the car, and he didn't say 2 at the close, just Fluffy Wolf. And I was like, oh, he forgot the 2, even after being reminded. My wife asked what happened to Fluffy Wolf 1. Shouldn't laugh, it's tragic. Zoo. Landfall. Whew. Now we played this one not too long ago. We're going to go ahead and give it a retry here. We're adding Goblin Guide in here instead of the 1 mana green pip creature that we're just going to not name. Way it goes. Revolt and all that. We have Galia, the Endless Dance, which was requested by chat to put that back in. Thanks, Twitch chat. And we got double Ren and 6 now to help with our land drops. Landfall, specifically. Sideboard, we've got Auriok Champions instead of Core Firewalkers. We have a Pithy Needle instead of Gaia's Blessing. I'm excited to run into Mill. We have added some Skull Cracks here just to prevent some life gain issues that we had previously. That being said, you remember what it is. We've got Step Links, the Hound, and we have the Bushfire Elemental. We have abilities to play multiple Burning Tree Emissaries, and then a Bushwhacker, Burning Tree Emissary, and potentially Goblin Guide and Nakatl is also not too bad of a way to dump our hand. Naya here, Zoo, Landfall. Let's play our league. Monster Sorcerer isn't better than Nakatl. Nakatl's going to be a 3-3 most of the time. Run into Mill. I never said to take out Blessing. Sounds good. We won't mention you, MJT. Yes, Last God. It's just probably next week we're just going to flat out play probably just Red Prison. We need to stack up some chests. We keep playing these oddball lists, and instead of practicing, I'm putting out so much content on YouTube, go check it out, that we just don't practice anymore. That's just it. This is what you get. Half-baked, mediocre, Red Prison pilot, sipping down water, dehydrating, and losing a lot. You hope each YouTube video earns $10? That'd be so generous. All right, we got double Bushwhacker here. We have a Hound and a Nakatl. We're also on the draw. Interesting. We'll keep. Kind of interesting, though. Kind of like the double Bushwhacker and the ability to remove a creature from my opponent. Incoming Crab. Here we go. Your play point situation is always dire. Ooh. Oh. Oh, Tron. Oh my gosh. Why do we have another Bushwhacker? I don't need more of you. All right, we'll put the Hellhound down and pass turn. This is more damage if I top deck a fetch land. Uh-oh. How dead are we? Expedition map, okay. Step Links is not playable. Land Shock in. Put a Nakatl down. Attack for 2. We'll plan to bolt here as well. Top deck land is pretty good if I get the Step Links down. I think I want to bolt. I don't think I want to hold this bolt. Power plant for my opponent. 2 mana here. Relic. Because if I miss a land here, we almost have to hit a land. If I hit one of my red-green lands, then I can't Bushwhacker to pump everything. But I think it's just got to be Bolt here to do the most damage. Fetch land. That'll work. Burning Tree is good too. Not quite a fetch land, but Burning Tree into Bushwhacker's still not bad. Cast with Surge, making everything bigger and attacking. Whoosh. Damage. Go to 6. Yeah, top deck fetch land does a lot of damage too, even if they board wipe here. We just come out of nowhere and punch my opponent in the face. I love that this gets haste and gets unhasted, and then the opponent's just like, oh, swirls. Oblivion Stone. All right, my opponent gets to play magic for a little longer. Combat here, presenting lethal. Attempting to connect here, Oblivion Stone coming off here. Blows up the world. Lethal on board. It's rare. We're gonna go ahead and expose the Brushfire here because if I can get a land with Step Links and Bushwhacker, we're looking okay. 10 mana Ulamog. They'll just get rid of both of our lands probably. This isn't good. There's a giant 10/10 in my way now. Oh no. Oh no. Jumbo 10/10. Land drop. Pass turn. That Oblivion Stone was really good. We've died. Well, let's see what they do here. Attack, no top deck or anything crazy here, no worm coils. We just got that fetch land and kill him. Make it a 5/5. What is this? What is this? What are you doing, Step Links? What are you doing? All right, Pithing Needle and Cleansing Wildfires definitely are of interest here. I don't know if I want these Goblin Guides. We can do quite a bit. Do a Path, do a Tarka's Command. Honestly, probably Endless Dance here as well. And just bring Cleansings and Pithing Needle. Cleansing's just to slow them down. Pithing Needle's to stop like O-Stone. Seems all right. We know what we're against. We know what we're against. Keep the 2 landers. Let's go. Play first. Oh my gosh, I don't have a 1 land. I don't have a drop. 1 drop. No 1 drop. I need a 1 drop against them. Or the Cleansing Wildfire. I think this is a mulligan. Oh. I didn't see the Temple Garden, except the entire hand is red. What do we think? Do we want to risk it all on a Step Links and twiddle our thumbs when we never draw another land here? Can't even put the Hellhound down. Oh, this is just like garbage. Let's mulligan. Okay. Ooh, all right. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. We've got some cards here. Now, we could get rid of Goblin Guide and Nicodle. And plan for Brushfire Elemental. We might just want to have Nicodle plus Burning Tree, actually. Maybe we want Nicodle plus Brushfire. You don't want to keep the Needle? You're just ready to see them see Expedition map here, and we could have stopped that and smashed them? Take care, Grace. All right, we'll keep Goblin Guide, Needle. We'll go for it. We'll see what happens. We'll fetch Temple Garden first. Actually, we can get Stomping Ground, then Temple Garden. I have less white. It's not going to really matter. Nakad will go. Needle's not the 6 damage, and the Nakada will be. Alright, alright, alright. Looks like we're getting some things done. Temple Garden here. Play a Burning Tree. And a Brush Fire. And attack for 4. Okay. We're attacking for 4 this turn, 7 minimum next turn. Fetch land makes it a lot of damage. We'll see if we can top deck a fetch land here. Tower. Sphere, green mana, Sylvan Scrying. Oh boy. 1 fetch, 1 time. 1 fetch, here we go. Deep breath, deep, deep, deep breath. Let's go. Right here, the fetch. Biggest fetch. Jumbo fetch. Give me that Windswept Heath. Yeah. You just go get your other piece. Blast Zone was decided. Well, it's a land. It's not a fetch land. Oops. Green. But I'll take it. It's something, right? Hit him for 9, 10, 11. We have a Blast Zone. That's what they chose. Tron mana. Oh my gosh. It's Wormcoil. Blocks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have the Blast Zone. Tarka's Command would have been a good one to rip. Yeah, Needle would have done nothing. I'm going to pass the turn without attacking here on the off chance that they don't attack me for some strange reason. And if they do attack me and leave Blast Zone available, a fetch land here may be enough. We'll see. Risky. Fetch could do some damage here. Wormcoil in. That's fine. All right, go back to 11. Feel safe. Feel safe, opponent. Oblivion Stone. Are you kidding me? Why do I deserve this? Boom, attack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blows up O-Stone. Getting smashed. I can play these down if I want to. I suppose I'll play a Wild Nakadal, trying to bait out the Blast Zone being used briefly. It is a 3/3. My opponent goes up to 14. Just kidding. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, dagger. Dagger to the heart. All right. Match 2, where this league truly begins. Zoo Landfall. Let's get that 4-0. Ooh. Okay. I'm down. Are you down? I'm down. Maybe this is our luck changing right here. Bolt deck. Ooh, it's untapped. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Oh, Renin 6. You're not a bad one. Come here. I did not root for the Jun last time, but this time I do for Zoo. Flagstones and a Steam Vents here. Well, I think I just go full ham sandwich here. Full ham sandwich. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Get smashed. You deserve to die. Blood Sun deck. Down to 8. Take 12. Play that Blood Sun. You're done. Scoop them up. Scoop them up, Jeskai. I don't even know why you're trying, Jeskai. Bushfire down. Land drop. Attack. Incoming Angel's Grace. Knowing my luck, this would be Angel's Grace and then just like Supreme Verdict. That's exactly what would happen to us. And then they'd have Force of Negation for Ren and 6. That's how it would all go down. Combat. Swinging for lethal here. Bolton Path, something. The ham is in the sandwich. I repeat, the ham is in the sandwich. Done. Opponent's too slow. We got him. All right. We have a matchup here. Let's see here. Skullcrack's a maybe. They could have Helix. Thalia's kind of interesting as well. Okay, what do we want in or out here? I think Path is okay to take out here. My opponent's Sharknado Blood Sun list, it looks like. The Endless Dance can probably come out. I'm feeling like that's like 2 Thalias. Probably worth it here. I think it's 2 Thalias. I think this, yeah. Just do 2 Thalias, make things hard for them to play. Helix and Skullcrack are a nice dynamic duo. Let's not worry about that though. Let's run it. I'm not gonna need life gain. Famous last words. That was a 40-second game. Mulligan Basic Force is the worst card for us to have. All right. This is kind of interesting. We have Thalia, and I have a Dryad. Can I keep this with the intention to play Dryad, then Temple Guard and Thalia, or is Dryad just going to get bolted here? I can put away an Atarka's Command. The Landfall trick's really more consistent than the Swift Spears and stuff. I don't know, Last God. I don't know, it's a good question. I'm gonna try keeping this. We're gonna see if my opponent has that bolt immediately for this Dryad. Spire Bluff Canal, it definitely could be a bolt. Goblin Guide's a little awkward here. I full expect this Dryad to now get bolted, seeing the Spire Bluff Canal. Bolt. Okay, so Dryad's definitely not what you want. Flagstones for our opponents. We need a Stepped Lynx next. It's not a bad draw. Do need another land. We need about 2 to 3 lands really for this list to work. Versus Burn can kind of get by on 1. And I'm thinking that's the big distinction that Last God's kind of indicating here. Spire Bluff Canal, could we see a Blood Sun? The answer is no. We do find our fetch land though. This is probably just a Thalia turn. You're talking about classic 8-whack. See if they decide to bolt this at all. It's kind of interesting because if I put the Thalia out, the Tarka's Command's a little bit further away here. We'll play Thalia now in a swing with the 4-5. See if they have like a path. If they have a path, they want to get rid of Thalia. Uses 3 mana here. Shark Typhoon, a 1/1 that blocks. Just a nice chump block. Gets around the Thalia as well with the Shark. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Sharks. Let's go. Maybe they don't have their 4th land and get kind of stuck on having to play things at 2. They did cycle the Shark. Steam Vent's in. Shock's in. Okay. Wouldn't mind seeing a way to get down the Bushwhacker. Kind of like Elemental here. Attack with Thalia. The idea being that if I do hit a land, I can Goblin Guide plus Bushwhacker here. And the land, if it's a fetch land, works really well with the Elemental. Oh, we're doing something. Purging. Okay. Interesting. Well, Thalia's making things more expensive. We'll just keep going. Attack with Thalia. Maybe we're supposed to take out 1 or 2 Atarka's commands because the Thalia is making them more expensive instead of the dance. Well, this is awkward. All right, Goblin Guide now. Not going to get Bushwhacker in, that's for sure. Attack for 4, pass turn. See what else my opponent's got going on here. Are we going to see a 3/3 Shark? I don't know what they're doing. I doubt they are. Purge is away. I don't know. There's a person that looks like their name. I just don't know if that's them or not. Have to assume probably not. All right, Wild Nacatl here. Attack for another 2. I mean, CJ Tay is kind of an interesting name, and the person I pointed out is not exactly that name, so... In for 2 here, puts them to 12, pass turn. Had a few purges here, 1 lightning bolt. No way to get rid of Thalia, it seems, so far. They're not getting rid of Thalia there either. They would have. I do everything pre-combat. I didn't think so. That's why I'm like, I don't think they're sniping. They're playing at a reasonable pace. My opponent decides to abrade Wild Nacatl instead of dealing with a Thalia. That seems to be hindering what they can play. Although they're playing everything at sorcerer or instant speed, so maybe it's not. Yeah, I didn't think so. The names usually are a lot closer than that. That was like a real guess there. 4 mana Teferi, little Teferi. Maybe Thalia's really messing them up. Look at this. Untapping, all frustrated. Opponent's trying to do this. It's just not working. All right. Hellhound, attack for 2, pass turn. Do I continue to attack for 2 with Thalia? Is this dangerous? Yes, it is. Let's go. They haven't killed the Thalia for a while now, so I'm just going to keep smacking with it. Why not? My opponent's Supreme Verdict's no good right now. 4 mana. Makes it 2/2 Shark. Alright. Draws a card, trying to find their 5th land, it appears. We have 6 damage here with the Tarka's commands once they do kill the Thalia. It's kind of interesting. Can always get the Dryad back infinitely with the run in 6. No 5th land for my opponent. They did get a double draw worth of things there. Burning Tree Emissary is interesting here. It does make everything larger briefly. This is probably at least worth going for, especially since once they do kill Thalia, I've got the Atarka's commands here. Burning Tree, Bushwhacker, and Swing with Team. Shark blocks one of the hounds, potentially. They take a lot of damage. We'll see. Fighting through our Jeskai opponent here. Thalia getting things done. Combat with the team. We don't hold back. We're zoo. We're crazy. Snapcaster Bolt here. Bolting Thalia, double blocking here and here, taking only 2 damage, going to 8. This guy's crazy. They're finally going to kill Thalia here. This is pretty good. They trade here and here. Only taking the 2 damage. They're going to leave me with 2 landfall creatures, though, with Ren and 6 that they're not aware of in hand. We'll see this Supreme Verdict ruin me, though. I don't see them taking 5. They're crazy if they do. Wow, they take 5. You're crazy, opponent. You're absolutely crazy. 5 leaving me with 2 creatures versus only taking 2 and leaving me with 2 creatures. I thought I was crazy just running in there. Correction. The opponent's crazy. Opponent's crazy. Look at that land drop that I have. Combat. I don't mind trying to kill him right here. Oh, here we go. 4 mana, new shark. Let's go ahead and deal 3 damage. And creatures get +1/+1 for the turn. We'll do this in response to the shark here. So if they're drawing, they don't draw into a force negation. These are now 3/2s and a 3/3. So the Burning Tree Emissary stays around. They have to block both of these, so they have to separate. So we have a 2/2 after the fact. We'll play the Wooded Foothills here, but I'm going to hold it in case I get a Brushfire off the top as well. So land played, but not cracked. Okay, 2/2, Atarka's command in hand, Ren and 6 possibly as well. It's looking pretty good. What you got? What you got, opponent? You want the Ren and 6 to ping them to death? We're doing pretty good at turn 10, by the way. Doing pretty good at turn 10. If this is a Teferi to bounce this, I'm definitely it's willing to just fire the Atarka's command off. Uh-oh, my opponent's maybe goofed up here. They float, but not correctly, so now they only have 4 this turn, and now they have a Sacred Foundry coming into play, and in response to this, they can't like randomly untap this. So now they don't have Cryptic for next turn. Helix, Blood Sun. Blood Sun very much doesn't do it here. Okay, draws a card. Best card off the top right now is Bolt or Goblin Guide. All right, we got there. Was an extra Wooded Foothills. Woo, we got a W. I didn't crack in response. True. We didn't need it though. We didn't need it. Why not fetch with Blood Sun? Because really they should be playing Blood Moon. We got there. We were more focused on just getting the Atarka's command and them having to answer 2 things there. Playing Blood Sun there and even having 3 or 4 mana wasn't really that worrisome. They would need several counter spells and a removal spell at the same time. I feel good about that W. I think that Thalia did a lot more. They were struggling with maybe playing the Blood Sundown versus getting smashed in. They always had to use the removal. So points for Thalia, taxing our opponents. Where's Spider Space? Hey, by the way, we're 1-1. It's a good feeling. It's finally good to be on the winning side of things. All right, what do we got here? Goblin Guide. Target's. All right, we'll keep this. Let's start with a Goblin Guide, followed up with a Burning Tree plus Goblin Guide. Oh, it's just Ghost Quarter. Oh, just Aether Vial. Help. What is more damage here? Wild Nacatl and then Goblin Guide? Because you can do Wild Nacatl and then the following turn Burning Tree, Goblin Guide. It's probably Goblin Guide first, and then Burning Tree plus a follow-up Goblin Guide. Yeah, I can put down Tree in both things next turn. Leonin Arbiter. Shoot. Shoot. Dang it. Dang it. I should have fetched. I should have fetched. Oh my gosh, we're going to die. Aether Vial and Castle in hand, hoping they attack or block, but they're not going to. Now we just look like Burn. I'm actually going to go ahead and just make us look like Burn. Maybe they'll get the wrong impression and do something different here. Giver of Ruins. Kirkinator, welcome back. Tier 1, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Man, that was a bad non-fetch. Cry ourselves to sleep. Sure, you got that Ghost Quarter. Now they just sit back here with the Giver of Ruins. I think I can concede this. I'm gonna concede without giving them information when I go to the discard. Not this turn, but next turn. I don't want to show them other fetches here. Okay. 1 Pithy Needle for Aether Vial doesn't seem terrible here. This is weird. This is weird because Taxes is going to be a little bit awkward to play against because they have a lot of X2 creatures. Vial naming runes? What? Pithy Needle naming Vial? Yeah, Ren 6 is going to stay in here. Oh, Giver. Oh, that you could do that. I see Giver of Runes. Yeah. I think it's just the Pithy Needle. I don't see a reason for Auriok Champion here. It's just a 1/1. It doesn't have the protection that we need. I could maybe do Skull Cracks as just more removal versus something smaller not being able to get through as easily. Maybe I swap out a Path for a Skull Crack here. That might be like really bad because they could have their own Thalias, but I also like the removal not giving them a land. All right. Look at all these fetch lands that I have. Guess what we're going to do? Gonna fetch Temple Garden here. Start off with a Nacatl and then pass the turn. We'll get Goblin Guide down and a Lightning Bolt. Plains for our opponent, followed by Giver. All right, we'll probably bolt this and Goblin Guide in. Or sorry, Nacatl, you know, because I knew what was coming off the top. So let's bolt this out of the way. Let's go ahead and Nacatls. I promise you they're not blocking. In. Galia's the dance, the endless dance isn't a bad idea. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it though. Thalia, Stoneforge. All right. Batterskull is a problem here. Couldn't lightning bolt this anyway. All right, Batterskull. I'm gonna scare them. I didn't need to shock in. We're gonna scare them though. Maybe they'll block here. They get a plains off the top here. No scare. Tarka's command would have been close to lethal, but not lethal. What's up, Rodeo? How's it going? Batterskull just basically makes us hit for 1 here. We didn't bring Cindervines in. We're not doing well today. We haven't been doing well for the last, like, 3 stream nights. We need to change this around. Oh, Batterskull. Opponent's got a Field of Ruin. Plays a Thalia, which isn't a problem. It's just the germ. Lean an Arbiter. I honestly would double block this. I know, oh. We're just going to walk away. We're just gonna walk away from that one. Just gonna go over here. No one saw. Why? Why you do this, man? You got line. Okay. All right. Next match. Cool. All right. Well, good. Just a bathroom break there. No one saw anything. Whew. All right. Let's keep this. All right. Utopia Sprawl. This is always fun. Always fun. All right. Let's go ahead and lead with, say, Stomping Grounds. And we'll put the Hellhound out. My opponent named Blue, interestingly enough. What punt? What are you all talking about? You crazies. All right. Land drop here for the Hound. We'll attempt to fetch here. See if they have any bolts. Appears they don't. I'm gonna go get a basic forest. No. Kind of afraid of Blood Moon. Let's not worry about Blood Moon here. We'll play a few Burning Tree Emissaries here as well, plus the Goblin Guide, and set up for a Tarka's Command next turn. What is this league that you just started and have no previous games in? How? It's a zoo. Just playing the zoo things. All right. Put all the stuff down. We're attacking. My opponent is interested in killing something, looks like. Oh my gosh. It's a Deceiver Exarch. Blocks Goblin Guide here and prevents this damage. What am I playing against tonight? Can I just... I don't stream on Tuesday, and it's clear that I don't. The meta on Tuesday is completely busted and broken. Don't do it. Just do this. Go sit in a nice chair, drink some hot chocolate, put your feet up, put some blinders on, and just forget about Tuesday. Everyone got crazy ideas. They're unbelievable. Ginger, pick your choice. Hot chocolate sounds incredible. Look at this. Ren and 6 picks. I mean, look at what we're doing here. I bet they have another one of these Deceiver Exarchs. And you know what's after Deceiver Exarch? You want to know? You ready? After that's going to be Kiki Jiki. Oh my gosh. Pestermite. Just send me to jail. I'm sending with the team. I don't care anymore. Oh my gosh. Please stop, opponent. All right, we do trade with one thing. Thank goodness. Incoming Kiki Jiki. We've got the answers. Thank goodness. We've played fairies tonight in our previous league. We've played ninjas. Now we're playing this. My opponent's just going to try to end me. What is this? Yeah. Make your correct red mana. Thank you. Keek Majiks. Begins the combat. Deceiver Exarch. Targeting Kiki Majiki. Responses. Stomping Ground. Shockin'. Bolt the Kiki Majiki. Get out of here. Ha! Denied. Woo! Alright, you gonna attack for one? Looks good. Bye-bye. This looks fun. Brushfire, Ren and 6, Windswept Heath. If they don't do this, just saying, we're doing a lot of damage. We can Atarka's Command here too, and Bolt next turn. I think we've got a W here. Go ahead and fetch here. We'll fetch a basic forest. Seems reasonable. Trigger. A little bit of damage here. Swing. Goblin Guide shows a remand on top. Remand. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need to do 3 damage to each opponent and creatures gain. You're dead. They died. W in the first game of the league. Nice ginger ale, nice. That was a ton of damage. Pithing Needle for Kiki Jiki and Auriok Champion to stop combo. Does that seem reasonable? You want to keep the path just as an extra removal spell? Kind of okay with that. Kind of taking little ones out here for something that's more aggressive to what they're trying to do. They would need Pestermite here to get through the Auriok Champion, but if they don't have the Pestermite and they have the Deceiver Exarch, the Auriok Champion's a good way to not die to that. I think this is worth just being maybe slightly slower. We're getting rid of a lot of our 2-drops for 2-drops and 1-drops. We'll see how it plays. We're going to keep this hand. It's fairly quick here. We can get a Sacred Foundry with the Step Links, and then we can Goblin Guide Bolt or Burning Tree Bushwhacker. It'll probably be Goblin Guide Bolt, though. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go get that Sacred Foundry. Step Links, go ahead, opponent. Extra fetch lands, super nice here also for the Step Links. We'll see if they have a spot removal for Step Links or not. Appears they don't, or at least we're not interested in firing it off initially. Now, last time we did this, my opponent had a way to deal with us with a Deceiver Exarch. We're going to go ahead and go to combat here for 4. It's a Canada Dry hand. All right, we have a Deceiver or Pestermite, it looks like. We got something. I prefer the Pestermite because I can actually bolt that if I wanted to. Taps down the Step Links here. I'm going to go ahead and attack with Goblin Guide. I'll trade Pestermite and Goblin Guide here. They have another Pestermite. That's fine. Okay, so another Pestermite to get through. Our Step Links isn't going to be as big as we would like it to be because the Pestermite's going to tap it down again. Yeah, we're not playing Renegade Rallier. Triome for our opponent. The best creature in their deck because it's definitely not the best creature for us. All right, Burning Tree into Bushwhacker here. Just trying to get some serious damage in. We don't put the fetch land in because the Pestermite is tapping down the Step Links. So Pestermite played. Oh, Deceiver. Oh. Oh. Taps down the Step Links here. Go ahead and attack with both of these. It does trade with the Reckless Bushwhacker. Or not trade, it kills it. Just trying to get in with the Burning Tree. We're going to leave ourselves the Lightning Bolt in case my opponent has Kiki Jiki again. What's that last god? 8 whack. Whack and stack. The Coddle. Play a new fetch land here. Probably can safely attack with both of these. The Pestermite's going to tap something down again. We really just have to save Lightning Bolt for that Kiki Majikis. They go after the Step Links. I'm not going to send Burning Tree Emissary in. It just gets blocked by Deceiver. We'll pass the turn. Growth Spiral. Notably does not hit a land. There's a Triome. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Their mana is something, that's for sure. I have so many fetch lands. Brushfire? Oh, Wrenn 6 is hilarious. Alright, let's go combat here and let's see if they want to do any blocking for me. Having so many fetch lands, it gets kind of interesting with this. We could have Wrenn 6'd and killed Pestermite, but I'm hoping that they do something where they're blocking maybe the Wild Nacatl here with the Exarch, and then I trade. And if we get to do that, then I Wrenn 6 the Deceiver Exarch. Hiding this information right now, just having a bunch of fetch lands, which is already making them a bit nervous. Here we go. Looks good here. We don't really need to do this, I don't think. So we'll allow all of this to resolve. We will attempt to play Wrenn 6 here. And we will shoot the Deceiver. Nice. Good turn for us. Baited our opponent into blocking the Wild Nacatl and taking less damage. Scalding Tarn and something in hand here. Considering I can get another Arid Mesa, this thing's going to be gigantic. Step links, you gotta do it. Fetches and shocks in. We have 4 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana, 7. I love it. Turn Timber. What do you get? Kiki. Little Kiki. There he is. There he is. I wish I had a way to make this hasty. Land, trigger. We're just gonna bolt this out of the way. Combat, swing, trigger, 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 trigger. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. 10x coming through. 10, 12, 15 damage. You're dead. 2/2 with Zoo. Opponent punted simply by not playing the good at Kiki art. It's a good statement. Meatball Kiki is the best Kiki? Meatball Kiki. Oh, I'm not gonna see it any other way now. Meatball Kiki. Last God, I have your deck list review. We'll do it in a little bit. Kiki. I just call him Keek Majeeks. That's my small nickname for him. But Kiki Meatball is pretty good. Kiki Meatball is pretty good. Does this deck have room for a Horizon Canopy of some kind? Yeah, I've got a Sunbaked Canyon here. Dryad Arbor. What did I say? I'll get to your deck list review after this match, if that's okay. It's just gonna have to be. I accepted the match. I'm 2-2, my opponent's 0-0. Let's ruin my opponent's beginning of their league like ours has been ruined all night long. 3-lander here is okay. We'll go ahead and keep. Put the Hound out. Get the Nacatl and the Burning Tree, possibly. And use the fetches like crazy. Seems good. Keep. Opponent mulligans to 6. What you gonna do, opponent? I'm about to smash your face in. Oh boy, we gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Alright, Hellhound played Seagate for my opponent. They are Oops All Spells or Charbeltron. Looking a little bit more like Oops All Spells with the Emeria out. There's a Bushwhacker. I think it is more damage if I put a Wild Nacatl in this turn, fetch Temple Garden, and set up for blasting my opponent with a fetch next turn. I think we actually have this. I think this is more damage here. My opponent's got all these tap lands. Yeah, we're good. We won the game. Step links off the top. Look at this damage on turn 3. Woo! That's some damage. Trigger, landfall after woodfall. Get a little burning tree in, smack him with the bushwhacker, and finish this game off. Give me that mana. Whoosh. Damage. Got there. We're getting this. We figured it out. Woo! Crunch. Crunch. There you go. Take a bit of damage, opponent. This is probably the Tormod's Crypt Pithing Needle matchup. Looking to stop them. It's got to be the stop, right? Get rid of the path. What else? You miss your zoo deck? We successfully goldfished. We did. Dance can go away. This game's not going long. Honestly, Brennan 6 probably can go here too. Brennan 6 is a nice turn too, but we need to be crunching in just like we just did. Cleansing Wildfire is interesting, but this isn't really the matchup I thought I'd be playing it in. We can think about it. You can think about it. It's definitely a interesting thing because it can actually help us with Landfall too, which could make even more explosive of a turn, which is interesting. We have to keep in mind we only have one forest though. It is an interesting card. Maybe it's better than Pithing Needle and hope they just don't go for Charbelcher. Could risk it like that. You like the Bolt out and the Cleansing Wildfire maybe? I mean, Bolts is the way we sometimes get a little bit more damage. My opponent's maybe not going to bolt in their lands this time. If they don't bolt in the lands, we're not doing as much damage. Turn 1 greater than 3 damage. Kind of like this. If we have a couple Cleansing Wildfires or the Tormod's Crypt, that may buy me enough time if we lead with like Wild Nacatl. I think I want to try this. It's a little more reactionary, and the zoo list wants to just punch in for a lot of damage, but I think this is like a nice middle ground where the Cleansing Wildfire could be used if I get double landfall creatures to really pump out a lot of damage as well. We're going to keep this hand only strictly because I have a Tormod's Crypt in hand. Let's see it work. Let's go. By the way, Goblin Guide, OP against them. They'll never have a land. Never. All spells. These are not the lands you're looking for. Look away. It could. It could. It could. Can we wait that long? That is the question. What does Crypt do? Stop them from going combo crazy. I don't know if I want to save it or not. I suppose I can wait one turn and see what they have here. We'll see. Uh-oh. I think I'm okay here. That's cool. That's cool. I think I will Burning Tree here. Plus Bushwhacker. And do the Tormod's Crypt here. And just hit for a nice amount here. And then I have 2 Lightning Bolts after this. They have a Vengevine on top. Cast the Crypt. Good luck, opponent. They can win on turn 2? I suppose they can if they have like, what, Simian Spirit Guides? Fluffy with a Bad Moon deck, is it a good idea to cut Gatekeeper for Gifted Aetherborn? Gatekeeper's kind of nice because it can remove creatures. Just depends on your meta, I suppose, if you think the life gain or just attacking is better. You were just listening to our Dive Down episode? What'd you think? I was so nervous. Opponent can't bolt in here, and we're representing lethal. They just don't know it yet. Bad Moon got a bad record. I think this Tormod's Crypt saved us here. My opponent's using some mana here, though. There's a Vengevine, using it as a blocker. That's a shame. We're going to stop on upkeep. Oh, I put the upkeep on their turn. Oh well, bolt. Goodbye. Wrong upkeep. We got the 3-2. It's happening. Tormod's Crypt saving us there. Vengevine off the top. 3-2 with Zoo. Much better record. Good one. Nice. I like it. Look at that. Look at this little Zoo list. It's coming together. I like the punch to this list. I like the power behind it. Congrats, says Samuel. Well done, Werewolf. League was mega fast. It needed to be mega fast. There you have it. There's the list. I really think the Zoo Landfall thing's kind of fun. You're gonna get through your matches really quick. It's a little more linear, but there's just enough of decisions that makes it interesting with the sequencing of which creatures and when you're fetching and when you're not. There is a little bit of play there that I like. Goblin Guide did enough for us this time around. I like the hasty creature over the non-hasty that was previously in here. Auriok Champion would have been good against the one combo. Pithy Needle would have been fine as well. And I like the Skull Cracks, although Deflecting Palm is a pretty sweet thing as well. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely a fun one, and if you're missing your Wild Nacatls, this is your list for you. Naya Zoo. Landfall. Naya Zoo.